Hello, today's Bible study comes from First Corinthians chapter 11, verses 7 through 12, and reads as follows. A man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God, but woman is the glory of man. For man did not come from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. It is for this reason that a woman ought to have authority over her own head, because of the angels. Nevertheless, in the Lord, woman is not independent of man, nor is man independent of woman. For as woman came from man, so also man is born of woman. But everything comes from God. And Paul is talking to the relationship here. We still talking on the relationship that we were speaking on the 11th about the Father, the Son, man, and woman. And Paul is still saying, hey, there's a respect that comes in this relationship. And he starts it off in this part of the passage where he says, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head. And he stated this back a couple verses ago. Um, and he had told you why the head of woman is man. And God established these orders. Man did not. God established how this would work, the relationship, the authority, and the headship of the man, the male. Um, and this speaks to both at church and at home. And you can see it in different passages. You can look at Ephesians, you can look at Timothy, but it's in the New Testament. You can see it in this chapter, definitely. And he says, he is the image and glory of God. But woman is the glory of man. For man is not from woman, but woman from man. And he speaks to the order of creation. And as I was reading Jasher and I was reading Genesis the other day, there is and there was and there will be known the way things were set up. Adam was created and woman came from Adam's rib. Um, and the Lord put it that way, and that's his call. That's his order that we have to respect, accept, and truthfully, there's nothing you can say about it. God put Adam there, and Adam was given the authority or responsibility or whatever you may want to call it over Eve. Um, and when you speak of these male headships and uh, the charge of being in charge or in that position, this is how God created man and woman. And this was before they fell out in the garden. So uh, even after they fell out, God said there's a difference in their roles and responsibilities between the genders, and this follows suit even in the church. Hmm. The difference of these roles, they don't get erased because of our new life in Jesus. There's still those roles. And Paul is talking to this. And then he says, because of the angels. And this was like the second or third reason. If I look at it, it would be the third reason. Because they were, if you look at how God had established us, the males, in the church, there are angels present in the worship of the Lord. This is a corporate word, worship. This is all of us worshiping the Lord. The angels don't get excluded from worshiping the Lord. And it's acknowledged there because of the angels. Angels are present. We have them here. And when we find out that things are beyond us, and it tells us many times that what we fight against, we don't know unseen things. Um, God is teaching us things for this world, but also eternal things. And the angels ain't going for you going against God. They get they gonna get theirs in. They work for the Lord. Um, they are they are also in this worship, in this lineage, in this line. Um, so as it speaks to this, we know that, yes, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head for a reason. Since he is the image and glory of God, that's why. But woman is the glory of man, so she does. For man is not from woman, which it takes you back to Adam when it says that first. Adam comes from the Lord. But woman from man, woman came from the man's womb, his ribs. Nor was man created for the woman. Man was created for God. But woman was created for the man because he tells you he didn't want man to be alone. For this reason, though, the woman ought to have a symbol of authority on her head, which is having her head covered. And because of the angels, because they still have authority. So that's what that passage is truly talking about. It's just the importance of the headship of the church, and it doesn't change because Christ came. This is still the same. And Paul is just expressing this. He's continuing his talk on the relationship that comes from the Father down. And the Father is the one that established this relationship. Not man, not woman, but the Father. Amen.